Hello everybody and welcome back to Full House Sports here with myself Charlie. I'm on before the video starts, so please like, comment and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated as I try and become a one-man sports news bandwagon. Now, the FA Cup returns on Saturday. It is the third round where the big boys join the not so big boys, you could say, in, I think for me, one of my favourite weekends in the British sporting calendar. Because like I say, it's where you see so many stories coming into the forefront, and I'm going to be going to hopefully a couple of games. I'm certainly going to be at the MK Dons Oxford game. I can't get to Forest Wrexham due to work and the travel, but like I say, there's so many stories around it, and I just wanted to look at them because I think the FA Cup has sort of lost its magic really in terms of where it is now on the British sort of, even in the English footballing eyes, clubs playing second strings at times in games and resting players. I maybe was at the back end of it still being a massive game. I think my first FA Cup memory probably would have been, I think Liverpool West Ham would probably be my first one. Gerrard's great goal, that great comeback. I think that would probably be my first memory of the FA Cup, really. For now, where it is compared to what it used to be, I think is quite something. You know, my dad and our family often lecture me on how much it used to mean to clubs, and I just sort of would like to see it back there. But I think, unfortunately, unless there's drastic changes made in terms of perhaps maybe giving a Champions League spot rather than just Europa League spot to the winner, I don't know. Could you do that? The prize money, yeah, it's tough. It's tough what you do with it. But there is a lot of stories around it, and I'm going to look at a few of them right now. Obviously, the first story is my team, Nottingham Forest, playing against Wrexham. Now, Wrexham, we know their story has been told in Disney Plus. It's been told in about 1,000,001 publications. For those that need reminding, I think it's just important to say, owned by, of course, Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds. This isn't the first time they've faced off against higher level opposition in the FA Cup, but they are on a very good run of form. And I can tell you now, as a Forest fan, we are pretty dire to watch. Will Dyche potentially prioritise the Premier League and also European commitments in favour and start a weakened side? Who knows? It is at the racecourse on Friday night. Wrexham may be looking at that and thinking, let's try and get something here. Let's see if we can get it, because I think they will be hoping for a cup set, potentially a cup run. They are still in the playoff hunt, but they've been on a fantastic run of form. I fear for Forest, I really do, which is quite something because I really don't want us to lose to Wrexham. But, like you say, it is something that I could quite conceivably see happening. Then the holders go to Macclesfield. Macclesfield FC, who, of course, are, I guess, a Phoenix club, really, from the club that unfortunately was liquidated a few years ago. To have this draw against the holders come into their place at Saturday lunchtime is absolutely fantastic. I think, yes, you obviously know often how these games go. Palace will probably start. They might start. It might be 0-0 at half-time. Then all of a sudden they bring on 100 million quid's worth of talent, or maybe not in their case, maybe 50, and they win the game 3-0. But the story of Macclesfield is worth talking about. Of course, there was the documentary made with Robbie Savage, where he was the owner-manager. He rebuilt the stadium. He rebuilt the community as well. It's worth remembering. A lot of people said that when the club died, they were really devastated to hear that and to see that happen, because, as I spoke about in videos before, football clubs, especially at lower league level, are community hubs. It's great to see that they and the FA Cup are going to be playing up against the Premier League side and hopefully fill the coffers for the foreseeable future. There is also the Grimsby Town Western-super-Mare game. Could you call it a seaside derby? Both seaside towns, I don't know. But the reason this game I really like is because it means that one of them will get into the fourth round. Now, Grimsby, of course, have already produced a cup set this year in beating Manchester United in the League Cup. They will probably look at themselves as the favourites. They are going to look at Western-super-Mare, who are non-league, of course. Western-super-Mare's big claim to fame, probably producing Ollie Watkins, I would argue, as a striker. That would probably be what they would consider their claim to fame. It is a huge opportunity for both clubs to get themselves in the hat for the fourth round and hopefully draw one of the so-called big boys, like I say. A couple of other games that catch the eye, and there's a few that do. Liverpool-Barnsley. For Barnsley, again, another great opportunity to go to Anfield. Liverpool in not great form at the moment. Will he look at resting players Arne Slot? Who knows? If he does, that might be a chance for Barnsley to serve it up to them. There is also the Derby Leeds game, Derby versus Leeds, always a rivalry going back to the days of Brian Clough and his ill-fated spell there, to even Spygate with Marcelo Bielsa, and then what happened afterwards in the playoffs with Derby's great comeback. That will not be a quiet affair, believe me. Tottenham Villa as well, that's a big game for Thomas Frank for me. I think if Spurs go out of that, then probably Spurs fans will be saying, well, what have we got to play for this season? Because the FA Cup, they're out the League Cup as well. Probably not going to win the Champions League. Top 4 maybe, but you're looking as a Spurs fan and going, what is there to play for? Who knows? Also, I think one on Sunday that catches the eye is Portsmouth Arsenal. For people like myself of a certain age who remember the Pompey teams containing Sol Campbell, Pease Crouch, Nico Kranjčar, the Pompey team that won the 2008 FA Cup final, it's worth remembering as well. It's a real sort of throwback to probably my Barclays era. Full of Barclays men, that fixture. And I think probably for the nostalgia purposes that is a tie that really I'm looking forward to seeing. As always, guys, let us know what you think. There is plenty of other games. West Ham QPR. Big QPR taking 9,500 to London Stadium for a London derby. That's always going to be something interesting. Chelsea-Charlton as well, another London derby. Who knows what's going on there with Chelsea? Liam Rosida in charge. Charlton not doing too badly this season either. Coventry-Stoke. So many. I could go on. As always, guys, let us know what you think. Please like, comment and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated. I have got something in the pipeline for that MK Dons game, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. As always, let us know what you think. I've been Charlie. This is Full House Sports. Have a great day.